up, everyone? Tech85 here, and today I'm going to be going back to a game that I played all the way back in January 22nd of 2020, and it was one of the very first games I played in my Retro Wednesday series on my channel, and that game is River City Ransom. And between today and Thursday, I'm going to attempt to play through this game, and, yeah, I've played this game a tiny bit here and there in the past 5 years since I last played this in my Retro Wednesday. But I'm going to do my best to beat the game. I'm going to go through it, show you guys some interesting stuff about it. But before I do that, hopefully you guys have an awesome day today. Hopefully you guys doing well. So without further ado, let's start River City Ransom. Now, you can select your character with the left or right button. I don't think it really matters who you pick here. I'm just gonna go with the guy with the white shirt. Message speed, you could do slow, normal, fast with the up and down on the directional pad. And you can either do novice or advanced for the skill level here. For however you want to play it. But we're gonna go with novice. I hold your city captive and Ryan's girlfriend hostage. With my gangs of students and evil bosses, nobody can stop me now. Meet my demands or else. P.S. Alex and Ryan, if you interfere, you'll be in for the fight of your lives. Slick. Okay then. But here we go, River City Ransom, made back in 1989 by Technos Japan Corporation. And we start things at Crosstown High. Now, wow. Since this is technically a revisit, and I just want to have fun with this game, I know some of you guys are not going to be happy about this, but I am going to go ahead and enter a password. Now, this game is unique because it does have an interesting password system. As a matter of fact, there's 33 characters in all that you have to put down for a particular password. But the one we're going to be going here is this one on the left-hand side, Mshin Technos Japan. In order to get the blank spots, all you need to do is keep on pushing ahead until you get to the next spot. But with this particular password, it will max out your stats, give you all the special attacks in the game, and it even gives you $999.99 to spend. So, but we're gonna go ahead, and now that you entered the password, I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys status, and you can see everything which you need to look at on the left hand side. All of our stats are maxed out at 63 except stamina and max power, which are both maxed out at 127. But to start the game, you start off with $20, and what you have to do is beat these bad guys here until you collect enough money for $27. But normally you wouldn't have this easy of a time beating these guys from the get-go. These guys at the start do pose some kind of challenge. But yeah, you just collect enough money to get and drop these guys. Now these guys drop 50 cents a piece, by the way. They're the generic dudes here in the teal shirts. And you can come back here as often as you like and get enough in order to get enough money. And then same thing here. You go ahead and make sure you don't run into the thing there. But here we're at the Grotto Mall, and there's actually some stuff that I wanna show you guys here. You can go to the Rise and Shine Cafe here, but there's really nothing here that's really going to help you in the long run. So we're not going to worry about that. But we can go through here at the Metro Bakery, and the muffins, the bagels, and the honey buns are all very good items to have at the very start. So at the very early game, if you have the funds, you can go ahead and buy these if you want. Next, we are going to be going to the sushi bar, and really the only thing that's beneficial for you here is should be the squid, wherever it is. It's cheap sushi. But yeah, you can get the squid here. You get the squid, throw power is maxed out. Stamina is 1 up, max powers. We really don't want anything else. Yeah, let me actually go back and get one of each of the muffin bagels and... Is this what you would like? Yep. Thanks. Shin got the muffin. Anything else? Yep. And then we're gonna get the honey bun. Oh, I'm sorry, you have too much to carry. Okay. So we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna look at our belongings. And we are gonna go ahead and eat the muffin. And that increases your agility, as well as your stamina, as well as your max power. And we are gonna go ahead and use the bagel as well. And it increases defense and stamina, as well as your max power. But we're gonna go back and we are gonna get the honey bun. We're gonna get a honey bun. Yep. And we're pretty much done, and I'm gonna show you guys the benefits of a honey bun. And it increases strength as well as stamina. But yeah, what you want to do early on in the game is to focus on upgrading your defense, strength, and punch when you can, because those are the ones you'll be relying on the most early on. And don't mind me if I pause early on in the game. I'm just looking at my notes, which I'm going too far ahead. Now we're going to be going to the Grotto bookstore. And that's why we start off with, we have to get enough at $27. And the first thing that you want to do here is get Stone Hands. And what Stone Hands allows you to do is, it allows you to punch at a more rapid rate. So you can go ahead and buy Stone Hands off the bat. We'll worry about Dragon Feet and Aqua Circus later. But we're going to go ahead. And early on in the game, just focus on beating either the generic dudes in the teal shirts or the homeboys in the yellow shirts. If you happen to get any guys in the pink, which are known as the frat guys, do not fight them until you get to this point and are able to at least get the Stone Hands. But now that you got the Stone Hands, the frat guys should be easy enough to beat. Now this back area, you can go in here, but that'll be important later on in the game. Now be careful here, because if you fall down the pit here, you will lose a life. Where are you going? Now the cool thing about this game is that it looks like a beat 'em up on the surface. Oh, and here's a optional boss. You do not have to fight Moose if you do not have to, but I usually just do anyway. Because, I mean, if you do defeat... If you do defeat Moose, he will drop 225, and with all the other optional bosses, including Moose, you can fight him as many times as you like, and no matter how often you fight him, he will keep on dropping $2.25. Which, by the way, frat guys drop 55 cents as opposed to the 50 cents that generic dudes drop. But we are going to go ahead. We are going to be going up here, and we are going to be going here in the waterfront mall. Don't mind me, I'm referring to my notes here. I do apologize about that. But first things first, waterfront books. There's nothing really here. I mean, you can get these if you want, but there's nothing really here that you absolutely need in order to beat the game. So, as far as I'm concerned, I wouldn't worry about anything here. Same with this place, Shea Wally's. I mean, you could get some stuff here, but at the same time, it's not anything that will help you out in the long run. But the place you want to go here at the Waterfront Mall is Mal's Place. And Mal's Place is awesome because it actually has one of the best food items in the game, which are egg rolls. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get egg rolls. And with an egg roll, it increases your defense and your stamina and your max power. And we're just going to keep on getting egg rolls here until we're maxed out on everything. Now, because of the cheat, I'm already maxed out, but, I mean, as long as you're able to afford egg rolls, I would highly suggest getting as many as you want here. Okay, I'm good right now, so... Okay. But yeah, I would highly recommend stocking up on egg rolls. And then the next place has some really good stuff too, if I can find a door to it, which is Rose Burger Joint. And here, you want to go to side orders, and Merv's Rings, especially you want to stock up on, because this increases strength, stamina, and max power. Which, let me see, is this what you would want? Would that be it would go? Yep. And that should be in our inventory. I'm gonna get 3 of these. Now, if you select no for the go, you just go ahead and just consume it right away, but I am actually gonna be conserving this, so... Okay, they said I have too much to carry. And this place right here is Jones Pharmacy. And really the only thing you want to focus on here is the Karma Jolt. And that pretty much... it is a pricey item, but it is worth it if you're able to get enough money, because it does increase throw, stamina, and max power. Let me see if I can get one of these. Do you have too much to carry? Okay. But what we're gonna do here is... we're gonna go to the right. And we're at Capitol Avenue Bridge. What's up, Shin? Roxy has news for you. Randy and Andy are Cindy's kidnappers. She is locked up on River City High's top floor. I heard she's in the far right room. But to rescue her, you must beat the twins. They're both clowns, but are very strong. Power up or you'll be in terrible danger. Don't take chances. I am Slick's girl, but I'm on your side. Be careful, please. I don't know why she started off in the third person here, but... in this particular area, we have to go up the alley at the start, and then we're going to be facing off against another optional boss, which we'll actually face twice in this game. And we are going to be going up against Benny and Clyde. And defeating them both will give you $7, $3.50 for each person. But the interesting thing about Benny and Clyde, from what I understand, is that these guys are actually from out of town, so why a couple guys from out of town would help somebody kidnap somebody's girlfriend is beyond me, but that's just how it is. But like with Moose that we fought early on, you can farm these guys as much as you like, and the second time you face off against Benny and Clyde is actually an awesome way to farm money and stuff, which I would highly recommend farming the second encounter as opposed to the first encounter here. But we are going to go ahead. We are going to go up. And we are up against Benny and Clyde. And you get the $3.50 each for each of them. Oh, man. But yeah, you can beat these guys up for some more money if you want. But well, I'm just going to go ahead and keep going forward. Now, these guys are called the Jocks. And the thing about the Jocks, let's see if I can find them in my notes here. The Jocks drop 60 cents each, so they drop a little bit more than what the frat guys do, but again, early on in the game, you'll want to beat as much of these guys as you can in order to get and accrue enough money to get some supplies and stuff. But when we go up this path right here where the trees are, we may or may not see them or not, but if we do, we may be facing a gang that wears red called the Squids. And early on in the game, you want to avoid these guys like the plague. And instead, you want to jump on the wall here and then head right and then reach a warehouse at the end. Okay, we're not up against the Squids, so we're just gonna go in this warehouse here. Now this part can be a little bit tricky to get up. Oh. Now let's go ahead. Now let's go down. Now you can actually beat these guys up from the... Okay, let's see. Now, if you beat all the guys here, now it can be tricky to get up here. Let me go ahead and create a suspend point here. Oh. Now you do want the crate here. Now, once we defeat all the enemies here, we get our first mandatory boss of the game, Rocco, which I didn't get to see what he said there. Why is he just Why is he just... Okay. And he will hit himself over and over again with the wheel. And you can actually wallop him from the wall. And he'll tell us about somebody named Blade. Okay, let's go ahead and get rid of the crate. Now, it is kind of a pain in the neck getting and climbing back up here. Okay, let's see if I can climb up here. There we go. Now, there is one thing about which he mentioned Blade, which we'll be facing off against Blade later on in the game. But until we beat Rocco here in the warehouse, we will not be, if we go to where we meet Blade later on, we will not be able to see him. So it is imperative that you get and beat Rocco, which, by the way, if you defeat Rocco here, he will drop $2. So that is $2 more that you have. And then once we get down here, we go to the store. Oh! Now we're gonna go through the tunnel here. And about 3/4 of the way here, they will give you a secret shop here. Now, the only thing interesting here in Merlin's Mystery Shop here is the Ice Scroll, which increases throw, but chances are you're gonna be stocking up on stuff that is, gives you increased throwing ability anyway, so, in my opinion, yeah, you could spend the $20 for this, but inevitably, I just feel like it's just a waste of money, so you don't have to worry about that. We're gonna go ahead and exit see some more frat guys. I'm surprised we haven't seen any squids yet. Is this fun yet? But you can see there's a dead end here. Oh, hey, Turk! And this is one of the zombies. You can see Javelin Man I did right there. And he is a mandatory boss. As a matter of fact, in order to trigger him, you had to defeat all the enemies here. So we kind of got him a little bit early. You're actually not meant to fight this guy until later on, but we were able to get him right off the bat here. But let me look at my notes here real quick. But yeah, Turk is one of the 3 zombies that you must face in the game. They are mandatory, and all of them must be defeated to make another mandatory boss appear later on. So, and we'll find out what the name of the boss is later. But we are going to go ahead. We're going to create another suspend point. We'll create one here. But we're going to be making our way to the... Again, I'm sorry, I am looking at some notes here. But we are going to be making our way to the Flatirons Mall. And we go through here. Let me go ahead and just go here. Now we're going to go through this first door. Now, if you're able to get and afford it, I would highly advise, I mean, like I said before, Stone Hands I would recommend immediately, but if you do have the money, I would highly recommend getting Dragon Feet right there. Actually, yeah, if you're able to get Dragon Feet. But if you have the funds, if you do have $37.50, I would go for Fatal Steps. So, I would, if you have the money, go with Fatal Steps first, but if you just have enough of Dragon Feet, go ahead and do that. But we're going to go ahead and we're going to be farming, well, I'm going to show you where you can farm Benny and Clyde, where you can get enough money and be able to get the other one that you weren't able to get, or both if you weren't able to afford any of these. So, we're just going to go ahead and get out of here for now. And next place we're going to be is the Roman Cow, which is really nothing here of great value here for what you want to do as far as leveling up. I mean, the pizza is slightly better than lasagna, but even so, I really wouldn't worry about getting anything here. But what we're going to do here is we are going to go ahead and eat our Merv's rings. We're going to go ahead and exit. Now this place, Amy Sweet Tooth, this place is good because everything here is of great value, and you can see everything here is 95 cents, which is awesome. But the one candy you really want to stock up on is rock candy. And the reason for that is because it will increase your punch. Mint Gum increases strength. Lollipop increases throw. Jawbreaker increases your weapon attack. And Fudge Bar increases your kick power. But yeah, I would highly recommend doing rock candy. Especially we're going to be going in areas that have a lot of enemies here. So we're going to go ahead and stock up on rock candy. Let me just grab a couple. Yeah, that's enough for now. And then, off to the right is another part of the mall. And we're going to go through this first door. And then, Happy Feet Shoes. What you want to do here is you want to go to Shoes. And then the one thing you do want here is the Texas boots. And yes, they do cost $100, but the thing with Texas boots is once you buy them, they will make your character go faster. So you definitely do want to make sure you take advantage of that if you're able to accrue enough money for that. But we are going to go ahead and get out of here. And Butcher Shop, really the only thing here that's worthwhile is the T-Bone. And that is a great way to increase your defense and punch if you haven't already been doing so already. So we're going to go ahead and exit here. Now these next two places aren't really particularly useful. Yeah, I'm just going to show you guys toys galore. You would think Hyperball would be awesome, but it's not. Teddy Bear, I don't know why you'd want to pay $28 for a Teddy Bear. But it's there if you want it. And this place you can go ahead and skip to the CD seller. And you can see they got R&B, rock, pop, soul, classical. Nah. But we are gonna go ahead. Now, one thing I do want to talk to you guys about, which I don't think I've covered this yet. Let's see if I can find them on the, which that almost looks like an optional boss, which I don't think it is, but one of the besides the squids, which were red, the other gang that you want to avoid is the mob, which are in gray shirts, as they are the second strongest gang outside of River City. But we are going to go ahead, and if you're able to encounter any of the squids or the mob, just skip ahead until you reach the next area. Oh. Now we're going to be making our way to the Internationals turf, which is the third wheel factory. It'll help if I push the right button. Now be careful here because you will actually die if you go down in the pit in the foreground. And the Internationals wear green. And the thing about the Internationals is that they do wear green shirts, and you will encounter another gang that wears navy shirts known as the Cowboys. The Cowboys are much tougher than the Internationals, but the Internationals are much easier to deal with, and they only drop 10 cents less than the Cowboys. The Internationals drop $1.10, whereas the Cowboys drop $1.20. So, but we are going to go ahead. We're going to go through the door here. Now, what you want to do here is stick to the right and have them go towards you. Oh, no! I didn't mean to dash. Actually, you know what? That guy's happy just chilling right there. So I'm just gonna go ahead. It's a good thing I'm not playing my console, especially after that. But once we get out of the factory, we're gonna go up here. We are entering the Oak Hill Mall. Now, what you want to do here is go to the left here. And this shop you want to keep in mind of, and this is Kate's Cookies. And it has a lot of good deals similar to what Amy Sweet Tooth did. And you can get any one of these and it will help you out a bunch. I would definitely recommend stocking up on the oatmeal cookies and the maple pecan because I find to be the most beneficial. Let me go ahead and get one of each if I can. Oh, I need to actually... Okay, let me go out of here real quick. Let's go and... eat these. Punch is maxed out. Willpower is maxed out. And in each item, which I forgot to say, each item in Amy Sweet Tooth, all the items increase your willpower. But we are going to go ahead, we're going to get oatmeal. Yep. Shin got the oatmeal. And we're going to get maple pecan. Shin got the maple pecan. Anything else? I don't believe so. And I'm gonna show you guys the benefits of the oatmeal and the maple pecan. So we're gonna eat the oatmeal. Punch is maxed out. Stamina is increased. The maximum power is increased. And we're gonna go ahead and use. Strength is maxed out. It'll increase your stamina. Oops. Okay, we're gonna go ahead. Let me go ahead and buy a few more oatmeal. Yep. Okay. And the cool thing is, once your inventory is full, they will kick you out for having too many items. So maxed out, stamina 6 up. Punch is maxed out. Stamina 6 up, max power is maxed out. Okay, let's go ahead and exit. And we're gonna go ahead and keep on going forward. Now I'm going to show you guys the tea bag, which... oh, actually, no. I'm going to show you guys the Oak Hill bookstore here. And again, and there's another ability here, that's the Grand Slam. Grand Slam lets you attack with a weapon rapidly. And Dragon Feet, which I forgot to tell you guys about. Dragon Feet increases your kick power. So, but if you don't have any of these, well, if you have the funds, I would recommend, especially here, go ahead and get in. Stock up on that. Now we're gonna go through this store and read all about it. Pretty much the same thing. And we got the ability here with Javelin Man, which you guys already saw Javelin Man when we took on Turk. Basically what Javelin Man lets you do is just pick up your enemy and throw them, but I mean it's cool to watch, but it's not really anything you absolutely need, so... But Hack's Chicken Shack? Hack's Chicken Shack is basically Merv's Burgers. The items here are named different, but the values and the benefits are virtually identical, so I'm just gonna show you guys what they offer. Oh, you could get a smile for free, but it really doesn't help you out at all. But we are gonna go ahead. We're gonna go through here. Cedar Street Drugs. Unlike the other drugstore we went to, the only thing you really want to have a hold of is Karma Jolt. Okay, let's get a couple of these, because you do want these later on. Okay. And let's go ahead and do that. And then this is the second encounter with Benny and Clyde. And then, like I said before, this is the ideal place to farm money. So, what you want to do is come in as soon as he's done flashing. Now, you can go out, get supplies here at the Oak Hill Mall, and then come back, fight these guys again. And you can keep on doing this as often as you want in order to get the amount of money that you want. Just keep on doing this, and once you're able to get all the items and all the abilities in that you need, what we have to do now is we have to backtrack now. And we are going to be backtracking all the way back to the bathroom area that I told you to skip before. But along the way, there is something that is kind of tricky. One of the trickier part of the games to get through. I'm not even sure if I'm even going to be able to get through all of it, to be honest. And it's right here at the Third Wheel Factory. But we're gonna go here. Actually, I'm not even gonna bother with you. And then... Oh, shoot! Oh, come on. Let me be. Okay, what we're gonna do here is we're gonna need a running start here. And then at the last second, this may take you several times, which we took care of that dude over there with fatal steps. Now this will take you several tries to get this. Which we were able to get that, which is awesome. Which we're going to go ahead and create a suspend point here. And this is actually a good place for us to stop. So what I'm going to go ahead is I'm going to create a suspend point here. And the next time I see you guys, which will be a couple days from now on Thursday, we will be going through the rest of the game. But first thing we're going to do in the next episode is we're going to make our way to the bathroom area at the beginning of the game that I told you to skip. And then we'll be making our way to beating the other two zombies, as well as beating some other bosses on our way to River City High. So, hope you guys are looking forward to the rest of this playthrough. But with that, thank you guys so much for watching this. Hope you guys are enjoying this playthrough of this game. And I will see you guys again next time.